Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. Listen, glad to really have you guys here. Today is Tuesday, the 3rd of September. And let's get, well, I hope you guys had a good Labor Day. Let's get started, though. Let's open up the charts right here and take a look at what's going on. Now, what I got, let me open up the chart a little bit so you can see. I know you guys don't know what you're looking at, and I'll explain to you what this is. We're going to back the camera up, and we're moving up. We're looking at a satellite imagery of Freeport. This is the city that the massive, unbelievably large hurricane hit over the last few days. But there's something weird, really weird about this. Now, you can see this is quite a large city, you know? There's something really weird about this, and what's weird is in all my time watching hurricanes since I've been a little kid, I've never seen a hurricane this powerful before. This was unbelievable. This was off the scale. This hurricane, when it was at its fullest intensity, was, I'm not going to say it was past the 5, but if there was a Category 6, this would have been a Category 6. And what makes it even more unusual is the fact that it come down in this poor little city in the Bahamas, Freeport, and it stopped right on top of them. And it's still there. And it's been there for more than 24 hours. Just sitting there, stopped on top of them. And it's been slowly weakening right on top of them. I cannot begin to express what that's like for the people that are in this city. Well, it's absolutely unbelievable. Let's just go down and take a quick look at some of their houses here while we're here. And you can see that this is what their houses look like. Well, what their houses looked like before the hurricane anyway. I don't know what they look like now. But I can just imagine Freeport, Bahamas. It's a city of like 30,000 people. So there's a lot of people there. I mean, this is not a tiny city. I think in the metro area here it says 55,000. 55,000. It was established in 1955. It only has an elevation of 30 feet. But I'm hoping that's high enough, because the storm surge in this hurricane would be absolutely unbelievable. Probably 20 or 30 feet storm surge. Unbelievable. It's a 230 square mile size city. And it compromises 50,000 acres. And this is the city, Freeport, Bahamas. This is what I think could be happening there to these people. An event that's so profound that it could cause this disorder right here amongst the people. Tremendous. Our hearts have to go out to these poor people in Freeport. I've never seen anything like this before. Let's take a look at what's going on with the markets right now. Silver is taking a moonshot right this minute, and so is gold. Silver, 1875 bid, 1885 ask. It's up 32 cents again. Up 32 cents. It's getting up. It's heading toward $20 right now. And this is unbelievable. Let's take a look at gold today. 1536, and it's shooting up $7.90. Notice in this rally, silver is kind of taking the lead. I've always thought that when the big rally comes, the real big one, and this is for years I've thought this, that silver would take the lead a little bit over gold. We had a little rally a couple years ago, and gold took the lead first, and I was like very skeptical about it. Sure enough, it fell back down again. This rally, I think, is the genuine one. It's just beginning. Now, here's a point I want to make. We could have a little correction, because nothing goes up in a straight line. And I'm sort of anticipating a little bit, just anticipating a little bit of a correction, but I don't think it's going to go below 17 for silver. I don't think it's. I think that the bottom in gold is. I don't think you're going to see anything less than a 14, less than 1400 on gold, right? But now to the upside. Let's talk about the upside a little bit. To the upside, there's nothing stopping gold from here to $2,000 an ounce. There's no real heavy resistance that it would have to go through for gold, all the way up to $2,000. You know. And silver will follow, or silver will even lead. And so we're looking at a rally here that's really getting underway, that is really going to be big for gold and silver. You guys, I know you guys are starting to get excited now, because I am. Okay, let's take a look now at cryptocurrencies, and it's starting to pop too. It's starting to go up again in price. We're looking at $270 billion market cap with a 70.5% Bitcoin dominance. But I don't like to see Bitcoin dominance that strong. Litecoin's at $69, Bitcoin Cash $2.99, XRP is 26 cents, and Ethereum is $179.30. I like these low prices for XRP right now. I think the XRP is going to perform. But I don't. That's just my opinion. That's not financial advice. Just my opinion. I think it's going to perform, but I don't think it's going to outperform these other coins like Bitcoin and Litecoin. You know. Let's take a look now at the Dow Jones Industrial Average this morning, and what we're looking at is down 280 points on the day so far. Over trade worries, over worries over Brexit, you know. We're down 280 points on the day so far. Now, the Chinese, right now, are getting ready to start going back to stimulus again, to stimulate their economy. And so the Chinese markets are doing rather well over in Asia right now, because they're being... They know the Chinese have their back, and they know that their markets are going to be supported, buoyed by stimulus. But so they're relenting already to this recessionary pressures and trade war pressures in China. Let's take a look now at crude oil, down to $1.86. The crisis is beginning. It's in the early stages, but it's beginning. And look at this drop in crude oil, 3.38%. This is a big signal, a big red signal that the crisis is actually beginning. We're seeing gold and silver shooting up and crude oil falling. This is part of the signals that we're being given. We're being given huge signals, especially in the bond market. Look at this today. Look, we're moving deeper into this yield curve inversion. Big signals. These signals are being ignored by the people who say, okay, it's not going to come until 2021. I know that they are really going to try to hold this thing off. They're going to pull out the stops. They're going to use economic stimulus to try to hold this thing off until 2021, until we're past the election cycle. They're going to try. But this thing has got a lot of momentum behind it, and it's gaining more traction and more momentum with certain events. Brexit is a big one. Keeping our eye on that, you know. Let's take a look now at the dollar. Boy, riding high, riding strong, 99.25. Now, you remember, if you go back in my shows a little while, you guys know I had it pegged. I said they're going to run into the dollar, gold, and silver. I said, don't know about Bitcoin. Wasn't sure. You know? It could, if they do run into Bitcoin, it's going to go up massively. I just don't know, because it's a new asset class and it's a little bit hard to determine. But I told you guys for sure they were going to run into the dollar, gold, and silver. Well, they're going to run into the dollar, but by gosh, they're going to run out of it at a certain point, you know? So that's a bad safe haven. That's a bad place for them to run, because they're going to run into it initially, but then they're all going to run out of it. We got huge capital flows coming out of the emerging markets, pouring into treasuries, pouring into the dollar. They're trying to find safety in the last bastion of economic strength. Right now, that's what's happening right now. They're trying to find safety in the last bastion of economic strength, which is the United States. That's what they're doing. These emerging markets are... China's going back to stimulus. They're just going to stimulate the heck out of everything. Look at this. The effect. We saw this right here is the Chinese to US dollar exchange rate. I've been keeping my eye on this like a hawk. It was 7.16 the other day. Now it's 7.179, so almost 7.18. It's setting new highs for how many yuan you can buy with a dollar. This is effectively combats the increase in the tariffs. The Chinese have been labeled a currency manipulator, and I don't see any other way of putting it. I mean, their currency is shooting up in value. We're going to be looking at outflows of Chinese currency that probably could very well find their way into cryptocurrencies. Listen, everything's moving so fast, it's hard to keep up with it all right now at this point. Trying to do my best, but the whole thing is quickening, and it's hurrying very much, and it's getting more and more closer all the time. So as it gets closer, you can see it better. Listen, thank you guys for listening to this market report. And I hope you guys had a great weekend, and give me a thumbs up, and bye-bye, guys.